welcome to ETC. I hope everyone is enjoying the climb, enjoying their daily grind, and I hope you enjoy these comic books. I'm Napoleon back with another edition of Enjoy the Comics. I have $100 worth of comic books. This one was actually pretty cool. Found these out in the wild, as they say. So a guy I work with actually plans to move to Texas. Said he was selling a bunch of his old comic books. I told him I wanted to look through them, see what he had. This is what we came to, about 30 plus comic books for $100. I try to get as much as I can for my money because I'm not the expert I plan to be. I don't have the eye for key comics that I plan to develop over the course of having this channel. But I'm going to go ahead and get into it because it's a lot. I love the Kool-Aid Man. I saw this, had to have it. This guy really just brought a duffel bag of comics. Most of them weren't bagged and boarded. It's the first thing I did when I got them home. Double Dragon #2. I don't think that there's like a whole bunch of crazy keys in here or anything like that. But I saw some cool covers, saw some cool comics that I wouldn't mind adding to the PC at all, so I went for it. We came up with these comics that I thought were cool looking and caught my eye in some way. And he asked me for $100 for them. I said, deal, no problem. All right. I'm gonna try to keep flowing because again, there's not like huge ones, but they're kind of cool to me. I like this cover, for example. Wolverine going rampage. Same thing with this one. Wolverine Incredible Hulk classic, right? X-Men. We're gonna keep this pushing for now. One of my most valuable comic books I got in my whole collection, I got in a similar fashion. A guy came up to the cell phone store I was working at. He just needed a cell phone charger. He didn't have $20 to buy one. The guys at the store came and grabbed me. They were like, you gotta talk to this guy. He has comic books. I had chargers just laying around, I think. I'm pretty sure I had my old charger at the office at the time. Gave it to him. He gave me a briefcase with 5, 6, 7, 8 comic books in it. I really, to tell you the absolute truth at the time, was like way more excited about the case in which it came in, right? It was like this metal case, and I was like, oh, when I go on vacation and tote my comic books around, I can use this case, right? Pause. I love Gen 13. It's another one of my favorites. So I had to grab these when I saw them, right? But yeah, so I was more interested in the case than I was the comic books anyway. He had some comic books that I just didn't read, right? I'm not like even for now, I'm not a DC fan, so you won't see many of DC books in this haul. He had plenty of Superman books, he had plenty of Batman. I pretty much picked out the Marvel comic books he had in his collection and stuck with him, stuck with those, took those with me, left most of the rest, right? Now, not 100%. I'll show you a little something in the end here. This is how I got started collecting comic books. I actually think I'm sure I already have this comic book in my collection, but I like ASM. I didn't know that I had it in my collection when I grabbed it out of a lot of his comics, but it was fine. Early Iron Man. This is not an early Spider-Woman, but it is a #1. That's cool, I guess. I saw this splitting image. It is, I have Marvel version of this where they do like parody cartoon type versions of the comic book characters and things of that nature. DC versus Marvel. I like a good DC versus Marvel, Marvel versus Capcom, those types of things. I like the bringing the ideas together to fight each other. Also a big Spider-Man 2099 fan. So I had to grab these when I saw them. Right? Super cool. Now we're kind of getting to some of the good stuff that was in here, his collection, right? These still weren't really bagged or boarded, but they were in way better condition than some are in better condition than others. This was number one Beavis and Butthead. Not major, but kind of makes you feel better about the $100 price tag for sure. Having a cool book like that. Know you got your money's worth, right? Or close to. Have 1, 2, and 3 of those, right? Again, I tell people the real only problem with my collection, I love it, but the only problem with it is I collected all my comic books in the 90s, and so if you show me something shiny, I'm gonna want to get it. It's Magneto #0. It's a cool cover. Nothing crazy, but definitely part of what caught my eye when I was looking through the comic books. Then these are cool. I never heard of Marvel Milestone Edition. This is Fantastic Four #1, which that's super cool. Awesome to have to the collection. But this one was even better, as I will not be adding Amazing Spider-Man to #1 to my collection anytime soon, unless I hit the lottery and then invest that well and make more money kind of thing. So it was cool to have this in that lot of 30-some books. Now, I say $100 I gave him, I did. And when I did that, this kind of sparked this whole idea of starting a YouTube channel, me buying these $100 worth of comic books in the wild. I was like, awesome, I buy comic books all the time. I could love to share that with a YouTube community, start this sort of thing. I see people doing it on YouTube all the time. I love those types of videos. So I figured, why not make them, right? I went back a couple days later and I was like, you know what? I saw some other things in your collection that I probably should grab, even though it's not typically me, but I want to add Major Keys to my collection, that is for sure. And I saw a couple, so I went back and gave them about $80 for these next few comic books. The real reason, because I saw this one was Bane breaking Batman's back. Like I said, I'm not a big DC fan, so to see a cover like that kind of made me excited. I don't know, maybe it's a little different. But then you do have some keys in here. This is Batman, his first appearance in this suit. Then this is also a key issue, kind of the reverse, right? You have Bane and Catwoman. I'm sure I'm showing these out of order, but again, I bought them because I like the cover so much and thought they were, I like like these comic books for different reasons than some people might like them for and buy them for, right? So really, this turned into $180 worth of comic books, but it was 2 separate ships, so really it's $200 worth of comic books. Tell me what you think. Was it smart to go back in for the $80 for the Batmans? I don't even know, to tell you the truth. But again, like I said, I'm on a search for keys, so I was like, why not? And you know what? Might as well, since they're right here, I'll also show you. This is the comic book I got working at the cell phone store. Just in a, like I said, a metal suitcase. I didn't care that much about Transformers at the time. I was already in my 30s whenever I got this happened kind of thing, or late 20s when this happened. So I mean, I wasn't revamped by the Transformers movies or anything. I was a little bit older, but it's awesome to add to the collection. It's been one of my oldest and nicest books in my collection for a long time. I'm probably going to change that soon, but we will see. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed these comics. Hey, enjoy the climb, enjoy life. Have a great, fantastic, amazing day.